All right, gang, we got a video today that I am really excited about. This is the Copywriting Masterclass with ChatGPT. I really believe copywriting is the number one entrepreneurial skill that you can develop. It helps you connect with your customers, understand your customers in a deeper way. It's going to strengthen all aspects of your marketing, SEO, social, PPC. It's going to help you expand into new markets by looking and understanding different customer segments. And it's going to help you to scale. Once you go through this, you can train your team on it, and you can get them helping you create all sorts of really highly targeted marketing material. I've been running a marketing agency for 10 years. I think copywriting is the most underrated skill out there. People always are looking at different ways to increase their what they're getting out of their marketing, but it's really that copy and the strategy that goes into it that is going to move the needle the fastest. In addition to all of the benefits of, in your marketing that copywriting can bring, it's going to help you improve your thoughts, your ideas, your decision making. It's going to help you to clearly articulate your goals to your team and to your partners, which will really boost productivity there. And it's going to help you build a strong personal brand. It's a competitive space out there. And ChatGPT offers an insane shortcut to some of this copywriting mastery that can, in the past could take years to develop. I spent many years hiring copywriting coaches, taking classes, and we're going to work through all of that in just a handful of minutes here with these prompts. So let's dive right in with the first step is to understand your audience in a way that is deeper than ever before. So using ChatGPT to give you that unbiased view, you want to be like the meerkat here, attentive, looking out over the landscape, understanding what's going on out there. This first prompt suggests 5 buyer personas for my type of business that help people solve whatever problem your business solves. And please include demographics, interests, and pain points and motivations. This is key. I had been selling to a group of people for 10 years. I popped this in. I thought I understood all of this, all their pain points. I popped this in, and there was several that just blew me away that I hadn't considered in the past. Once you kind of get a feel for those different buyer personas, asking ChatGPT, which is the largest and which would be the easiest to reach? Those are probably two different personas that might help you focus on which one you want to really hone in on. And that's what this third prompt is. Please elaborate further on needs, desires, pain points, and demographic characteristics of the preferred persona, and focusing on the problems that they face in that area. So really getting under the hood and understanding what their problems are. I should say that you want to make sure to watch this video all the way to the end. I'm going to show you how to get a cheat sheet of all of these prompts in a PDF format that's going to be easy for you to copy and paste right into ChatGPT. Once you got a feel for your audience in a much clearer way, you want to focus on the benefits, not the features of whatever you do. This is easier said than done. It can be tricky as we're always in the weeds building our different businesses, our different products. We get pulled into just thinking about the features. So just to clearly articulate what this means, features are the technical descriptions of what you provide. An example would be a stylish car that runs on electricity, goes from 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Those are all just features. But benefits are, what do they do for your customer? In this example, it gets the customer from point A to point B, provides the satisfaction of not using fossil fuels, and it impresses some of your friends. So the benefits are what sells. The benefits are what you want to focus on in your copy, not the features. We, as the people creating our products and services, are often pulled into focusing on the features. And it's a lesson we have to continuously remind ourselves of. This fourth prompt, given the pain points and motivations of the persona, remember we're building on that previous prompt, the focus persona, please generate an extensive list of features that my type of business would need to specifically address those issues. So asking ChatGPT, what do I need to make here? What do I need to create to address those issues? You want to edit that. Maybe some things you're not going to be able to build or create. Some things are outside of the scope of what you do, so you want to edit that down. and then pull together based on the features of my product and service. List your features. Again, you want to edit what was in that previous prompt. Generate a list of key benefits that would be most appealing to my target audience. And now we're getting into the USP. So once we have kind of a clear idea of the audience, we have a clear idea of the benefits that you're going to be bringing to addressing those pain points, we want to start to tighten that up into your unique selling proposition. This is what identifies you, your product or service apart from the competition, and why it makes sense to purchase your stuff versus the competitors. So prompt number 6 here. Based on these features and benefits, please generate a list of unique selling propositions that can differentiate my business from my competitors. And then you want to look through those and maybe edit them using ChatGPT. Prompt 7 here. My favorite of these is, pick whatever your favorite one is, but I also like aspects of these other few ones. So please rewrite my favorite, adding aspects of the others I like. And in this way, you're having a conversation using ChatGPT as your editor and your co-pilot. Prompt 8. Generate 5 variations of the following unique selling propositions. So once you have one that you like, see if you can iterate on it and generate 5 different others. See if there's one that you can come up with that's better. And you want to just really hone in on what is that. This is not your copy yet. This is still strategy. So you want to just find your one unique selling proposition that's going to differentiate you from your competitors related to your different needs of your audience and the benefits that you bring to them. Now, once you have that USP, we can start getting into writing these headlines. And in case you didn't know, the headline is the most important part of any marketing campaign, whether it's a blog post, it's the title, whether it's an ad, it is got to be that headline has got to be the strongest thing. I think people spend 80% of their time crafting their headlines because the clock is ticking. Everybody's attention span is very, very short these days. So you want to then take that target audience. So prompt 9, given my audience of target persona and the USP below, generate 10 headlines that stress whatever benefit you want to focus on. And then you want to enter your USP in there. And then based on that, write 10 headlines that stress various benefits in the style of a great copywriter. So here is a list of some of the best direct response copywriters in history. I've listed these here as the more sensational versus the less sensational. I think when you do this, most people are going to feel like what it generates is going to be too sensational, and that's fine. You want to dial it into your voice, as this says here. So, it doesn't have to be something you're uncomfortable with. You don't have to just follow it just because everybody else is, has had success with it. I like to think about Tim Ferriss. He is a great copywriter, but you would never even know it. And that's the sign of a great copywriter. If you look at anything he does, the way he does his email opt-ins, the way he, pitches his different sponsors and his 5-Bullet Friday, that is all very strong copy. It's not sensational at all, very conversational. He might be one you want to use here to help craft and dial in your tone so it's effective and doesn't turn people off maybe by the aggressiveness of it because they might be burned out on some of that. Now, you should have in the chat history enough to start writing your copy. So especially the shorter formats here, social media updates, email copy, these types of things. I have an example prompt here, but this is one where you're going to want to get creative with it based on the headline, pick out whatever headline. Write the copy in whatever format for whatever you're promoting and put that headline in there. You might want to put the USP in there, help kind of steer the AI to generating whatever shorter formats you can. You can also start experimenting with some of the longer form blog posts, video scripts, webinar, etc. But we'll get into that next, kind of expanding on this with addressing objections. So this is getting into a little bit longer form copy, things that are going to be helpful for that. We want to, in advance, kind of figure out what is your audience going to say to object to whatever your sales message is. So considering the features and benefits my product or service provides, and you can put a summary in here, or you can keep it in that same chat string. Suggest possible objections my target audience might have and provide responses to address those concerns. So you're really starting to understand and prepare for whatever, objections they might have. Prompt 10, create a list of frequently asked questions that my target audience might have about my product or service. We'll provide a summary of that, along with clear and concise answers to how to address those. Prompt 11, imagine you are a skeptical prospect considering my product or service, and list the objections or different list objections or concerns is what that should be there. All right, so number 7 here, social proof, super powerful. Any testimonials or case studies that you can think of. I find one of the biggest stumbling blocks is folks just forget what all the good work that they've done for people. So that's what prompt 12 is about. Please list some guiding questions that can help me remember successful customer interactions or projects that would make compelling testimonials. So just using the AI to help you brainstorm and remember all the great work and great things you've accomplished or your product has accomplished for your customers. That's oftentimes the hardest step, is remembering that stuff. Then once you have that, prompt 13, based on the following customer success story, write a testimonial that highlights the key benefits my product or service provided with positive impact it had on the customer. Prompt 14, this is another interesting one. Generate a list of endorsement ideas or quotes from experts, influencers, or well-known figures in my industry, and drop in the description of your industry that would resonate with my target audience and showcase the value of my product or service. So this, you can start generating ideas of maybe who should be endorsing your project, who might be good partners for different content you want to create. Think about what the ideal testimonial might be and who that might be coming from and how you can approach that person. Now developing a persuasive narrative, getting into the longer form. This might be for a webinar, or it might be for a longer form blog post. Based on the features and benefits and unique selling proposition, generate several story concepts. So come up with just a bunch of different concepts. Ideally, one is very different from the other. You want them to make sure that they educate and entertain your audience. And you want to just make sure the AI knows, either in the chat string or somewhere else inserted in here, who that audience is. These story concepts should demonstrate the value of your business and engage the reader emotionally based on their demographics and psychographics above. Prompt 21, you want to find the best concept there and create an outline for that story. So this is all about plugging in all of your different components that you've already created to create an outline of a story. And then these next few prompts here, 22, you start to develop the characters, setting, and conflict for all of this. And then 23, you're really, based on the outline that you've created, you are now creating the story itself, drafting it. And then 24 is revising it, making it better, making it more emotionally engaging, so improving on that narrative. Creating a sense of urgency. This is key to all copywriting. I think this is one of the trickiest parts of copywriting, is figuring out how to create that sense of urgency. Certain companies or products have this built in. Like if you have an event, there's only so many seats. That creates its own urgency. It also creates, there's a timeline that you got to sign up by this timeline. If you don't have that, you can think about different ways. Maybe the price will be going up, or maybe there's a promotion or a sale. It's got to be honest, I guess, and it's got to be true, but you want to think about how you can build your business. I think this is more about how you kind of build your business than it is about sales copy, but this can help you suggest 3 scarcity tactics for your product or service. This can be really impactful for your copywriting, and then generate some, limited time promotions with the AI. These prompts can be very helpful for that. Now, crafting a clear and compelling call to action. This is critical, and oftentimes the AI knows this. Once you get into this, it'll start making sure that all of the copy ends with a clear direction. All this is really saying is make sure you're telling them what the next step is, whether it's click the button below or whether it's, buy now or whatever. It doesn't have to be that sensational, but think about ways where you're just really clearly not leaving it up to them to figure out what to do next. That's what calls to action are all about. So prompt 18, brainstorming a bunch of different calls to action, finding which really resonates with your style and your audience, and then improving that in prompt 19. And there you go, we're through it. Now just testing and refining. So once you find something that works, plugging that back in to the AI and improving upon it is the final and never-ending step 11. So I hope you got a lot out of this. Again, this is the shortcut to incredibly effective copy that is now available with ChatGPT. Like I said earlier, I'd tell you there is a PDF cheat sheet for this in all of my videos in my Patreon. For just a few bucks, you can grab this. You can copy and paste all this, have this ready to go so you don't have to refer to the video. Also in my Patreon, I've got some Google Collabs, which is different code that can help you with various parts of your business, and there's some one-on-one coaching and consulting. So if that's something you want to brainstorm with me on, that's available there. And I really appreciate you watching. I appreciate you hitting subscribe and like and hitting me up in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.